everybody. Alright, so we have three articles to actually go through today. I'll have the links to the articles on my description. If you're more than welcome to basically read all of them. I'll obviously just be going through key points into the article. And I'll have the names of each reporter basically that's actually written the article on there. So, first thing on the article, we have Street Fighter V. Last new character is a kickboxer named Luke. Luke is new to the Street Fighter franchise, but hints at a series feature. What that means, honestly, I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming it's probably had to do with story. I could be wrong. I'm usually more of a story kind of guy. Competitive-wise, I'm very, very horrible. I try to hold my own sometimes. I get lucky, still have fun. But yeah, if we're gonna talk about me being good, no, I am horrible. Maybe one of these days I'll show you my Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and yeah, you'll see how horrible I am. I try to hold my own. I get a couple few lucky shots here and there. Anyway, so Street Fighter V presentation. Capcom revealed that Luke, a new Street Fighter character to the universe, will be a much Hollywooded final fighter added to the 5-year-old game. I have no idea what that means, but please let me know if you know what that means. Well, very few details were shared about Luke apart from the vague November release date. Street Fighter V director Takayuki Akayama, sorry if I butchered that, said that he provides a glimpse into the future of Street Fighter franchise. It seems like Luke has a role to play in upcoming games, but what that means remains a mystery until Capcom is ready to spill the beans. Yeah, well, like I said, it's probably has to do with story. If not, it probably just varies on at least how he's supposed to basically play a role in the story. So probably replacing somebody, not replacing somebody, playing a key role to where he's gonna basically be like one of those main key characters. It's one of those things, honestly. It could be a lot of things. Maybe it could also be he's related to one of the characters. Because if you actually look at his picture, he's wearing dog tags and kinda looks like who goes that? Colonel? Yo. I could be wrong. You never know. We'll just see basically what the future will bring. So yeah, if y'all remember basically that when Street Fighter came out in 2016, it had actually a very short roster. Later on, obviously, it started getting bolstered more and more and more, and they basically started adding more characters on there. Why did they do that? Honestly, I'm not quite sure, because if I remember right, almost all the other Street Fighters, especially when they came out, they had a pretty big roster for you to choose from. Some of the oldies, some of the new ones, and they just basically kept adding afterwards, even making it even bigger than it already was to begin with. So this one was a little bit different, considering the fact that it started actually with some of the mainstreams, but very very low roster to begin with. But later on in the years, actually they have actually been improving this game to where it actually has been becoming pretty mainstream, especially in like the fighting arenas. Adding this new character on here probably could show that they're more serious about it. They want to actually I mean, it's not that they're not serious about it to begin with anyway, but yeah, this is basically showing on there now. With the fact that what do they mean by basically like a hint to the future and a role to play with the games? I'm pretty sure it has to do with some of the departures basically from like the studio itself. With Luke's reveal, the Street Fighter V saga is inching closer to its conclusion. There is no telling what's in store for the series. But with a new group of developers now leading the project, after former Capcom executive Yoshinori Ono's departure last year, it won't be surprising if they take Street Fighter in an entirely new direction. Well, like I said before, basically, yeah. That's probably has to do with his departure on there, and if that's the case, not necessarily a bad thing. It's every time basically when we have a new executive director, new developers, lead directors, you see basically their trademark into the game itself. What that really means, honestly, this game, for example, I don't know. I have my hopes. I have high hopes because almost every time basically they've taken it, minus obviously this game, but even this game honestly has improved and they've shown that they actually do care about the franchise. So yeah, you know, I wish them luck. I really hope, and I hope actually when this character comes out, I'll actually start playing them out. See how he feels. All right, next story. Ooh, Blizzard. No, don't worry. This is actually about a game, but yeah, it's funny. Blizzard delays Diablo Immortal to 2022. Everybody remembers Diablo Immortal, right? Do you all not have cell phones? That's the famous line right there. I wonder if that guy's actually still working in the company now.
He's behind me. He's behind me.
Yeah. So changes to PvE and PvP and controller support to blame. So yeah, the delay essentially is, or at least that's what the article is saying, basically by Polygon, by the way. And this is by Michael McWhertor. Yeah. Michael McWhertor. Yeah. Sorry if I butchered your name. But yeah, uh, so Blizzard Entertainment said now it plans to release Diablo Immortal, the company's mobile action RPG, sometime in the first half of 2022. Ooh, okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna be honest with you. I kind of forgot about the game. I thought that they might have canceled it. Not speaking out of hate, it's just one of those things. Basically, you know. But yeah, when it came out, I was watching BlizzCon too, and oh my god, I think that's the first time honestly ever watching BlizzCon where they got booed. Well, okay, no, not I got booed, but I've heard them basically being booed, but this one was oof. It's not just booed, but it was like an awkward silence to where you could actually hear cricket. But yeah, yeah, so they're basically pushing this game back to kind of fine-tune PvP and PvE, especially endgame PvP and PvE. Apparently, the PvP is called the Cycle of Strife, and the PvE is called the Hell Quarry. Now, they're basically trying to fine-tune them to where you get more rewards, you get basically higher paragons, higher levels. If you played Diablo, then you know exactly what any of those basically mean. I played basically most of all the other Diablos. Not so much on all of them, but I have played them enough to basically understand most of the mechanics. Three and two basically are the ones that I kind of actually went hardcore on them. Yeah, that's another thing actually. It's kind of weird because I remember a long time ago they said they weren't going to include hardcore in Diablo Immortal, which is it's odd considering the fact that I think that's literally the only game they were like, nah, we're not going to put them on there. It's if that's a good thing, bad thing, I don't know honestly. To me, I feel like it's a huge departure from the franchise itself. So yeah, but basically the delay is basically for them they want to fine tune it, that they want to give like more substantial rewards, currency, the etc. All the other good above, and they actually want to add controller support. Which is kind of cool, actually. Playing on a mobile is usually a good thing. I mean, not a good thing, but it's fun sometimes, just to kind of pass the time. But adding a controller on there kind of gives it a little bit more. I think it kind of gives it a bit more life for people to basically kind of go back to, especially if you can obviously, take your phone and tablet with you and just, pull out a controller. And depending obviously on what kind of phone you have, for example, I have a Asus ROG Phone 2. If y'all know basically what that is, it's essentially a gaming phone. You can obviously use it more than just gaming, but it's touted basically it's mainly for that. But if you use it for anything else, it's just as good, if not actually, because it does actually have a lot of processing power. That's usually mainly what it's concentrated on. That actually comes, it has its like a Joy-Con-esque kind of where you can actually put the phone on there and use it with those kind of controllers. If that actually can support that game, that would be actually kind of fun for me. I wouldn't mind that, Other phones actually have that too, and there are actually other products out there that kind of support third-party products, basically that support multiple different phones. So that would be actually kind of fun if you're into that. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But basically, what they're saying is that the game itself is going to be delayed. And honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. it's a good thing because that means basically they'll take more time to actually fine tune it, and I hope actually they do actually fine tune it. You know, 'cause you know how sometimes company was like, hey, we need more time, and they've literally done nothing. But yeah, they're basically saying that yeah, they want to basically fine tune everything on there. They want to make sure that the controller support is actually good, and you get more rewards. And honestly, that's literally like uh, candy for gamers. More rewards. Hey, yeah, play and get more rewards. Why not? You know.
No, he said it to me, but
Yeah. So moving on. No. This is a good one. Bungie and Ubisoft have combined forces to take on the evil cheaters and hackers. Okay, I don't think they're evil, but yeah, they want to apparently they're joining together to basically take on court in California. Uh, okay, yeah, this is gonna be funny.
I thought we were looking at a
So
I didn't know we were looking at a beer.
yeah, so I guess on July 23rd, Bungie and Ubisoft filed a lawsuit against Ring One in California State District, naming several individuals believed to be Ring One with usernames like Crypto, Overpowered, and Berserker. Ring One, I'm assuming, is probably the website and or group that obviously is developing certain cheat programs, basically. So, and actually, before this, I didn't know half of this. Well, okay, this is actually two things. I didn't know any of this stuff actually. The only thing I knew was DDoSing and lag switch, which I believe it's the same thing both. But yeah, anyway. They're taking basically the lawsuit. According to the suit, the products Ring One sells impair and destroy not only the game experience, but also Plankton's overall businesses and their reputations among their respective player communities. So, Bungie's end, they're basically probably talking about, I can almost guarantee you they're talking about Trials of Osiris, and or possibly the competitive survival mode in the regular PvP, which is it's competitive and competitive in the sense that you have a ranking, and the ranking essentially kind of goes into your overall ADA and KD and everything else. Stats essentially on like third-party websites, and there have been actually moments when that has actually impaired a lot of different games. I personally, when I play competitive and some trials, it you I played it on console. I don't know if correct me if I'm wrong because I know there is a way, but specifically I have no idea how you cheat on console. However, there are some times when it just seems way too obvious. And as far as basically Ubisoft, they're talking about Rainbow Six Siege. With that game, actually, yeah, I can understand basically with cheating and everything because that game actually takes a lot of thought on all the different characters you get. Because depending on weapons, the gear, and everything, because each character you pick has a specific type of abilities to where gives you that advantage. And you obviously, if you lean into that advantage, you progress forward basically in the game. Some of the stuff basically is actually like a long knife that goes from one side of the map to the other. That's crazy actually if that's the case. ESP, which is exactly what it sounds, apparently sensory perception, yeah, like apparently you can see people's walls. And HWID spoofers, which essentially basically is that your hardware has a hardware component basically provide a certain type of ID to where if you're found cheating, you're banned permanently because of and they basically do that depending on your obviously hardware ID. The spoofer changes that, so it makes it harder for them to actually ban you. With all that, honestly, me personally, I feel like it takes the fun out of it. Now that's just me. I'm not saying, maybe people who actually cheat, they find this fun. Yeah, more too. But the company, obviously, this is their business, so I can't really blame them on that. What will happen out of this, I'm not quite sure. But we'll just see what the future takes. Alright, that's the end of the video. Like I said, I'll have the links on there. You're more than welcome to read all the articles fully. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay geeky. Have a good day, folks.
and you laugh in my face as you
Oh
kill
wow, I
him.
thought I had way more damage.
Punk.
Jesus,
You still
look at
did
this blow.
great though.